Sky Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to Games World. Tonight is review night, so please enter the House of Games.
Hello and welcome again to the banquet of game reviews and features here at the House of Games.
I shall be taking a sneaky look at the film Mario Brothers to be released shortly.
While Jane is taking it easy, I seem to be on a fitness campaign by reviewing Davis Cup World Tour on the Mega Drive and Pebble Beach Golf on the SNES. But first, if you haven't got tickets for Wimbledon this year, then why not try out a few drop volleys with Davis Cup World Tour on the Mega Drive. Grab your joypad and get set for some serious court action. Ease your way into the big league on the practice courts where you can brush up on your service, court speed, ball precision and accuracy. Then choose to play on clay, grass, hard or indoor courts. Play alone or with a friend in exhibition matches, individual tournaments or choose to represent your country in a full Davis Cup Championship. On top of that, there's big money to be earned if you choose to play a career in the championship mode. Mid-match stats keep you up to date with your performance at all times, and player rankings tell you how you match up with your opponents. By using a neat speech bubble system, you can even tell what your opponent's thinking.
Game second player.
A whole host of extras include digitised speech from the umpire, action replays of your best shots, and there's even a chance to argue with decisions. So, get your whites on and see if you can't match up to the high rankers.
Block 40.
I'm not really a tennis fan. There's too much formality attached to it, if you ask me. But Davis Cup tennis, it's got cartoony graphics and all that kind of stuff. In fact, the realism's really good. The only thing that's missing, really, is a German knife man. I don't know whether it'll hit the die-hard tennis fans. I don't know whether they'll like it or not. But for your run-of-the-mill quick, I'll have a quick game, or I'm going out in 5 minutes. One of them type of games, Davis Cup, it's the one.
Character didn't really move as fast as I'd have liked him to. He missed the ball on quite a few occasions. The voiceover sounded like the guy from Carlsberg advert.
15 all.
I do like sport tennis simulations, and this one's probably the best. The graphics are very good. It's quite a difficult game to get into at first to play, but once you get used to the controls, it's very good. What I do enjoy about it is when you're playing, the noise is absolutely superb. There's a lot of speech in there, and it's very realistic. It's as if you're actually playing out there.
Let's give it 9 out of 10, because there's a nice little boingy ball type sound effect in there. It's really quite nice.
I'd give this game 5 out of 10.
I give this one 9 out of 10.
Well, the Mega Drive's waited long enough for a good tennis game, and now, finally, it's got one.
Every weekend this summer, 3 big blue double-decker buses are going to be driving up and down the country looking for games players. They're the Sega buses, and they're packed to the gills with consoles, games and challenges. House of Games hopped on board when they visited London's Alexandra Palace. Certainly beats the school bus any day.
Hello, I'm Mick Brown from Capital FM and from Games World, of course. Everything just kind of gels together. The crowd here, Capital audience and the Sega audience are almost the same kind of age group, and that's why we put the shows together.
It's being filmed here. Come on,
Hi, I'm Polly Ernest, and I look after the Sega buses, which are going up and down the country this summer. Today, Sega are sponsors of the Capital Radio Roadshow, so we've brought the buses here to Alexandra Palace, and we're expecting a busy day. Sega bus and taking part in the challenge, you can actually take part in the UK and the European Challenge finals, so that's if you're really good.
I've been on the Sega bus and got the second highest score of 83,400, and I'm really looking forward to going on the stage.
Charlie, wait, Charlie, good clean fight. Okay. Object of the game is to keep the ball lofted above the little seal for as long as possible. All right, here we go. And they're away, and they're bouncing away, and over here, can we please cheer for Wayne? And over here from the gorgeous Johnny Jordan, please. We've got a score up, and 1,500, which means it beats Wayne's total of 600. Yeah!
Came down here with a few mates from the train, played on the Sega bus and got a score of 87,200, which got me onto the stage and won the semi-finals, and now I'm hoping to go on for the finals to win.
This is the game. You've got as long as it takes to get a score, and as soon as I say 3, 2, 1, the next song is going to start, and so will our big game live on stage. So, 3, 2, 1, go! Ladies and gentlemen, he has scored 2,400. Kevin has brutally back. Someone's won already, mate.
The Sega buses are going to be going up and down the country all summer, so look out for us and drop in and say hello.
If you found that tennis in the first review wasn't really your game, then how about a leisurely stroll on the fairways in Pebble Beach Golf on the SNES. Situated on the cliff tops of the Pacific, the Pebble Beach Golf Links is quite possibly one of the world's most breathtaking courses, but it's also a tough one. Go out on your own or with some friends and take on the challenge of the cliff tops, the wind and the notorious sloping greens. There's the usual match play option along with the chance to bet some money on a skins round, and you can even go for a course record in pro tournament mode. Get some practice in first, then try your luck on the long par 5s and the pinpoint ocean-splashed greens.
Fairways, different strokes. You could pick your clubs and you can angle your feet, and you also had to contend against the wind. But the direction was very easy to use. And you had different views, elevations to look at the ball, so you could look from above or below, and you could have a tracking shot down the fairway.
Behind all that slick presentation, you've really only got a second-rate golf game. There's nice polished graphics, digitised pictures thrown about, nice backgrounds, but at the end of the day, the game is very, very, very slow. There's only one course, Pebble Beach, and you really would have to like pebbles, and beaches for that matter, to buy this game. I'm a golf fan. If you are, have a look. Try before you buy.
You'd have to be a real golf freak to really enjoy this, and it's one I didn't really enjoy very much. The graphics, I suppose, were average, were quite good. Downfalls where there's an annoying music in the background, which really got to me. I didn't really want to play the game really much longer.
I give this 5 out of 10. It didn't really appeal to me very much.
I'd give it about 5 out of 10.
I'd give that one 3 out of 10.
Pebble Beach Golf might be the best circuit in the world, but the game's not. Time to get away from sport now, I think, and into the world of make-believe with Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves on the Game Boy. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves allows you to don your Lincoln Green undergarments and save the whole of ye olde England from the evil that is the Sheriff of Nottingham. In an arcade game with more than the tiniest hint of role-playing adventure, you must first rescue your friend Peter from the jails of Turkey and, using a variety of top-down maze gaming crossed with slide-on fighting sequences, make your way back to your homeland. Once your band of merry men are gathered with your range of action icons, allowing you to talk, look and search amongst other things, you are free to steal from the bad and give to the good. Robin Hood.
All right, there's no green tights in there, it's black and white, but that's because it's on the Game Boy, but that shouldn't dissuade you buying it. You've got all sorts of secret passages, you've got buildings, you've got people you can talk to, you've got fat rich blokes that you can hit with sticks and that kind of stuff. There's also some lepers knocking about in there if you like bullying them. Definitely. It's definitely a hit, this one.
It was very difficult to see what I was doing. When I did actually get into it and actually got through the first stage, there wasn't nothing much else really. It's a role-playing game, again, something I don't really enjoy doing, and I got bored of it very quickly.
It was a good attempt at an adventure game, viewed from overhead. There were lots of interactiveness. You could talk to people, search for things, look for things, open doors, and a couple of conflicts with the guards. But overall, the characters flickered, you could hardly see what was going on, and it really wasn't worth playing for more than a minute.
I'd give it about 8 out of 10.
give this one 4 out of 10.
The score, 0 out of 10.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves scores a 0, an 8 and a 4. Crazy marks. If you love it, you'll love it. If you don't, you'll hate it. But now for Jane.
The love affair between pinball and home computer games is a long-established one, even though it's been pretty much one-way traffic up till now, with the likes of Pinball Fantasies, Dragon's Fury and Crewball providing small-screen excitement for those who can't make it to the arcades. Well, now the tables have been well and truly turned, and what better game to make the transformation from console to pinball table than one of the all-time best-selling games, Street Fighter II. We asked our very own Street Fighter specialist and Games World videator, The Messiah, to give us his divine insight into this latest arcade phenomenon.
Street Fighter 2 is the latest in a line of best-selling pin tables from one of the world's premier manufacturers, Gottlieb of America. The idea was based on the ever-popular and increasingly popular Street Fighter video game, which has been enormously popular with the home video fans and the arcade fans throughout the world.
Blessings, my children. Dust off your hassocks as I, the Games Messiah, prepare to christen this Street Fighter 2 pinball machine.
Another point, please.
Ready, set, shoot!
The game has ended, but the challenge remains.
Each time you defeat one of the opponents, you will get a choice of 2 extra bonuses. These mainly consist of points, because it is a pinball machine, but you also get the option of choosing a multi-ball or special other modes, such as the roaming ninja, which will allow you to get immense amounts of points. Of course, the multi-ball is a very important feature of the table, as most modern tables do come equipped with one. Thanks to the new video chip designed by Williams, the table comes with quite a few video modes allowing you to get extra points. These come in the form of the Street Fighter 2 bonus rounds, like the Car Smash. One outstanding feature of the table is that it's very, very easy to get into. It's quite easy to defeat a few of the opponents at the beginning, but once you get into the table more, it is difficult to get those last few, Guile being right at the back of the table. The question that is on all of your lips: what is it like? Is it any good at the end of the day? Well, yes, in my opinion it is. This really ranks up amongst the top most pinball machines, such as Star Wars, Terminator 2, Super Mario World. It's very good.
Have a look at the following clip from Starwing and see if you can work out what's going to happen next. Answers after the break. Well, those of you nifty enough will probably have worked out this little warp by now. Hit the golden asteroids as you approach the asteroid belts, fly through them, then blast the asteroid with the face to locate a secret black hole. Fly through this and you're in a whole new dimension. OK, game fans, it's time to stop slouching, sit up and pay attention as we take our weekly dip into the depths of the database.
Great news for Master System owners this week as Streets of Rage finally makes its debut on the often overlooked console. Now, if our look at the Sega buses has whetted your games playing appetite, there's more fun to be had this weekend as the buses continue their travels around the country. This Saturday, the buses will be at the Wandsworth Show in London, the Middlesex Show in Uxbridge and the Woodford Air Show in Stockport. Tell them we sent you.
If your idea of fun is blowing the hell out of the Middle East in an F-15 bomber, then Super Strike Eagle on the Super NES is for you. Your mission, should you have the £45 to accept it, is to unite the warring factions of the Earth in eternal harmony. Source Research and Development have now come up with the most sophisticated Game Boy add-on yet, the Workboy. It's a personal organiser, a spell checker and a thesaurus. In fact, it's many things, but it's not much fun.
And last, but by no means least, we herald the release of Goal on the Amiga. This game is from the same stable as Kickoff and Kickoff 2, and some people would have you believe it's the best footy sim of all time. Obviously, that's not too much of a boast, as football games are, for some reason, notoriously dreadful. But Goal may be the one to break the mould. Well, I thought that we got away from the sporting theme of the evening, but fortunately or unfortunately, here's yet another one. This time it's off to the States for a little hardball action in Cal Ripken Jr. Baseball on the SNES. Pick your team and run through each of the players' stats to pick the best from the rest, or pick a special all-Cal team to take on all comers. Sort that out and you can choose your home stadium. Should it be domed, traditional, or tailored to suit power hitters? It's up to you. Play on natural or artificial turf and try out the exhibition, tournament and full league options. Watch out for the cutaway camera angles for close-ups when the runs are too close to call, and try out some fancy deliveries from your pitches. But above all, get out onto the diamond and start clubbing the runs home.
Bubsy the Bobcat. Well, it's a game for all standard ages.
Hey, what are you doing? You're in next week's show.
This baseball game is a good simulation. I enjoyed it very much. It was a bit difficult to get into, but once you master the game, it was quite an enjoyable game.
The animation was quite good and fast-moving, and there was quite good directional control over the ball. The only button you had to press was B, so that was easy for me to play. It wouldn't hold your imagination for very long, but if you like baseball, then it was probably one of the better ones that I've seen.
If Cal Ripken Jr. came up to me and said, "I'm Cal Ripken Jr. and I play baseball for a living," I'd say, "Oh, I'm very pleased for you. I've never heard of the guy." Still, it's not my idea. Someone else has bought the license, produced the game. It's quite a good game as it happens. You've got all the kind of moves that you do in baseball, you know, fastball, curveball, that kind of business. The problem is it's a bit samey. Similar in, like, the next record from 2 Unlimited, that's going to be a bit samey as well.
I'll give that one 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I give this game 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Baseball as a sport just doesn't suit home computer. The only reason people make them is because the Americans love them so much. But if you've got to have one, well, then this is about as good as it gets. I trust Jane has something a little less energetic for us.
It's the film all games fans have been waiting to see, Super Mario Bros., starring Bob Hoskins as the cuddly Brooklyn plumber. It'll be out in early July, but if you can't wait that long, here's a sneak preview of what you can expect to see.
Mario!
We're going in.
Help me! Daisy! Luigi!
Where are we?
Luigi! Daisy!
I captured the princess. Where's the rock? The plumbers took it.
Plumbers.
I used to do Shakespeare and wear tights, you know, but now I'm playing this little character that bounces up and down in a game.
I got a feeling we're not in Brooklyn no more. Where you going?
You don't really expect anything that's going to happen. It's just totally something new and different, and a really good movie.
Cops!
Super Mario Brothers is the prequel to the Nintendo game. So it's like what happened to the plumbers that made them become a Nintendo game.
Species escaping.
Aliens? Oh, we gotta deal with aliens too?
Luigi, we're the aliens!
We are? Whoa!
I loved the film. The special effects and the story was really good. And everyone back in England should see this movie.
You don't have the rock, you filthy man. We're merging!
We had a tremendously rich tapestry of characters to work from in the game itself, and also situations and events and elements which form the whole panoply of Super Mario Brothers, the game.
Luigi, we've got to stop it! We've got to get it out!
I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie. It was really a lot of fun. It was a great movie, great story, great special effects. Enjoyed it a lot. And if you go, make sure that you stay until the very, very end. You gotta wait till after the credits because there's something real special afterwards.
Duck! Now!
Can't wait to see the film. Until then, on with the show and the next review. And it's Mazing Wars on the Mega Drive. It's 1999 and things aren't looking too hot for poor old mankind. Decimated by alien invasion, what remains of Earth's population struggle to survive in networks of underground chambers. But things are about to improve for the humans thanks to the work of a smart old boffin of a scientist who's gone and invented a robot called Mazinger Z. Possessing amazing prowess with his sword, you get to guide this high-tech saviour of mankind through a series of increasingly difficult Earth locations. Pick up the power-ups to boost your energy reserves, learn to use the special Maniac Attack mode of Mazinger Z's to speed up your killing techniques as you work your way to the final showdown.
We all know Street Fighter 2's on its way. The problem is it's not here yet. What do you spend your money on? You've got 40 quid burning a hole in your pocket. Amazing Wars, give it a look. You've got plenty of enemies there. What you are, you're sort of like a robotic ninja in a cross between Golden Axe and Ninja Warriors. You've got to go from left to right, hitting things. It's excellent. The enemies are actually quite stronger than a glass of undiluted Vimto. Definitely, give it a look in. Amazing Wars, that's the name to remember. It's a hot ticket for this year.
This was a hack-em-up game, ones I do like playing. You know, you got the goodies versus the baddies, and obviously you're the goodie. I don't know how long its staying power is, but the amount of time I had to play, and I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Shoot 'em ups and beat 'em ups are probably my favourite games. Amazing Wars was really good. Had fantastic scrolling, fabulous animation, and there was loads of characters, bad guys that morphed around the screen. And the guy you actually play had lots of fast action. They were good end-of-level guardians. The thing that struck me the funniest was that throughout the game, your character plays a very small and is the same size as the bad guys. And when he first gets to the end of level, he encounters a foot or a hand of the real giant boss at the end. But when he comes face to face with the actual character, he's suddenly blown up to the same size. So if you'd have kept that size throughout the whole game, you could have just stamped on all the others and wouldn't have had to fight your way through. It's the best animation I've seen on the Mega Drive for a long time. A two-player option would have been nice, but as it is, I think it's a really good game.
Reba, 9 out of 10.
Give this one 8 out of 10.
I'll give Amazing Wars 10 out of 10.
It's kind of like two games in one, this one, and they're both brilliant, which is why it scores 8, 9, 10 and is going to Game Heaven. It's that hour again at the House of Games when we must sadly say goodnight to you. But don't worry, next week I'll be reviewing such games as Beauty and the Beast on the PC, John Madden's Football 93 and Mario All-Stars, both on the SNES.
And I'll be talking with the girls who are creating the new Sega ad.
Next week from Neighbours, we'll have Melissa Bell on the show. Good night.
Good night.
Rescue is